Hello, May 30th, 2017. Here in the United States, I was looking at this on Intellicast. This is, here, I'll just click on it, oops, so you can see it. Severe wind warning, strong wind warning in effect. And I'm going to back up from that little, these blue areas here. And look at this out here. And I want to show you on the wind map what that looks like. So this is, the link will be below. It says earthnullschool.net. And this is where the wind is going through, where we're seeing on here. Oops, sorry, I got too close. Let's back it up a little. Right here, let's look on the wind map. See right here. And you can see it as it's coming across the, where the water is, it seems to go fast. But I want to show you this, because this is pretty impressive. Look at this thing out here. And on the ocean, it looks like the wind is much more forceful than on land here, see? I mean, that's pretty heavy duty, and I don't have the wind speed right here, but I can see that it's moving fast. You can see that. You can also see, if we look closer here, that it's moving quite fast across these areas also. But look at this. And then, isn't this interesting? This little fold right in here. This is a really cool map, and I would encourage you to click on it if you like looking at stuff like this, just kind of because it's cool and you can, move into it closer. Look at that. That's cool. All right. I just want to show you that the wind is moving faster, though, like here in Africa. See that? Oh, I love this thing. This is so pretty. That's really cool. Look at it up here. Look at that. And it coming down through here. This is really neat to me. It's a beautiful map. And then we'll look down by Antarctica. Look at that. Very interesting, isn't it? All right, let's see what else I can find. So this article by Andrew Kramer says that yesterday, fierce wind lashes Moscow, leaving 12 dead. Here's a picture of an uprooted tree. A fierce windstorm caused by an extreme cold front killed 12 people here on Monday. So then they're talking about where this crane fell, right here, and you can see it on here. It's saying it's from the wind. That picture. I could probably come off of there easy, though. Just get about 5 guys and pick it up off of there. A turbulent border zone of the cold front moved over the city for only about 20 minutes on Monday afternoon, causing most of the destruction. The residents were warned, but still several of them were outside, running in panic for whatever shelter they could find, as shorn tree limbs blew around on the streets. As the cold front moving over Moscow is not a straight line, we expect winds and precipitation into the evening and night. So, I also thought this was interesting. Moscow, which sits on swampy flatland, faces several other natural disasters besides strong spring wind. Icicles falling from roof eaves kill several people most winters. Ouch. In 2010, turf fires smoldering in dry swamps smothered the city for weeks, inflicting an equivalent of smoking 2 packs of cigarettes a day on everyone. And that probably wasn't the easier to do menthol cigarettes either. Now, this is a cool article by Lorraine Chow. Wind company offers free training for coal miners. Now, the link for this will be below. Despite President Donald Trump's pledge to bring back U.S. coal jobs, hundreds of laid-off miners in Wyoming, the nation's largest coal-producing state. I didn't know that. I thought it was like the Appalachian Mountains. Excuse me. Are still seeking work. And then we have commercial, of course. But these come on. But these ex-miners might find hope with a most unlikely employer, a wind power company. The American arm of Goldwind, a Chinese wind turbine maker, has announced a free program to retrain miners to become wind farm technicians, the New York Times reported. The Goldwind Works program kicks off next month in Wyoming with informational meetings. Coal workers are ideal because they have relevant electrical and mechanical skills as well as experience working under difficult conditions, explained David Halligan, Goldwind American's chief executive. If you're a wind technician, you obviously can't be afraid of heights. You have to be able to work at heights, and you have to be able to work at heights in a safe manner. Goldwind will supply up to 850 turbines for a project in Carbon County. About 200 workers will be needed to maintain and operate the plant once construction is complete. Wyoming, which has waged a quasi-war on wind, happens to be the only state that taxes wind energy production. However, the state also has some of the best onshore wind resources, with wind power constituting 8% of the state's energy. If we can tap into that market and help folks out that might be experiencing some challenges in the workforce today, I think it can be a win-win situation. A win-win situation. Win-win-win. Okay, so that link for this will be below. And while you're at it, you might want to look at this. Leaked documents expose military tactics used to defeat pipeline terrorists at Standing Rock. Terrorists. I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm going to move on. Okay, so I'm going to end it with a link to this BrainPop.com Science Weather Wind. It's got a little video here. It's not just a bunch of hot air wind. It's pretty cool. In this Brain POP movie, Tim and Moby take on the mystery of where wind comes from and what it is exactly. And there's some lessons, and it teaches you a lot of different things that, if you're interested, you might love it. Isn't this a cool symbol over here? This Brain Pop is a lot of fun for a lot of different information, for easy to understand for anybody. It's certainly not an insult to look at something that's easy to understand. It doesn't mean that you're less intelligent at all. Einstein always said that if you can't explain something to a child, then you're not very intelligent. So being able to explain something and teach something, even if it's written simply, is actually a sign of intelligence, because it's very difficult to try to explain something to somebody else so they get it. All right, I'm grateful for you, and I'm here at your service. Well, by the way, for this Brain Pop thing, you have to, like, if I want to watch this, you have to subscribe. When you click on this, it asks information like this. But, oh, look at this. It costs money. I was thinking this was something cool and free, but it's not. Let's see what else there is out there that's free. Okay, so this NSTA, National Science Teachers Association, has a lot of free stuff for teachers, parents, and just students to learn, and to explore. There's one thing on here that really doesn't have anything to do with the wind, but This would be kind of fun. Martian North Pole layered bean dip. That'd be great for even a party. They have instructions here on cooking up a cat Martian layered bean dip and the recipe. It's all down here. Tell you what you need. And I'm going back up. I'm sorry. Each different food is supposed to be a layer. The lowest layer, dirt and ice, is meat, and then this dirt is bean dip, and that would be really fun, and it'd be fun to eat, and it'd be fun to sit around and have like a little party and learning about the Martian North Polar layered bean dip, and learning about the Martian North Polar layers. Here's a free program, KidWin, if you're in Ireland, where they will send free class materials, the lesson plan folders, and free wind turbine lab kits to take back to their schools. That's cool. So the link for that will be below.